Today, we are going to discuss urban settlements. Rapid urban growth is a recent phenomena. If we analyze the classification of urban settlements, the definition varies from one country to another. Some of the common bases of classification are: first, size of population. It is an important criteria used by most countries. The lower limit for population size for a settlement differs from country to country. In Colombia, it is 1500. In United States, it is 2500. In India, it is 5000. And in Japan, it is 30,000. Second factor is occupational structure. Like population size, economic activities decides whether the settlement is rural or urban. For urban settlement in Italy, more than 50% of its economically productive population should be engaged in non-agricultural pursuits. In India, at least 75% of the population should be engaged in non-agricultural pursuits. The third factor is administration. The administrative setup is another criteria for classifying a settlement as urban in some countries. In India, a settlement is classified as urban if it has a municipality and a cantonment board. In Brazil and Bolivia, any administrative center is considered urban irrespective of its population size. The fourth factor is location. Location of urban centers is examined with reference to their function. For example, strategic towns require sites offering natural defense. Mining towns require the presence of economically valuable minerals. Even today, these considerations still remain valid. Modern technology plays a significant role in locating urban settlements far away from the source of these materials. For example, piped water can be supplied to a distant settlement. Apart from site, the situation plays an important role in the expansion of towns. The urban centers, which are located close to an important trade route, have experienced rapid development. Large cities have a greater diversity of functions. On the basis of functions, towns and cities are classified into the following categories. Number 1, administrative towns. National capitals, which have the administrative offices of the central governments such as New Delhi, Canberra, Washington, are called administrative towns. Trading and commercial towns. Agricultural market towns such as Winnipeg and Kansas City. Banking and financial centers like Frankfurt and Amsterdam. Transport nodes such as Lahore and Agra have been important trading centers. Cultural towns, places of pilgrimage such as Jerusalem, Makkah, Jagannath Puri and Varanasi are considered cultural towns and have great religious importance. On the basis of forms, town can be classified as linear, square and star-shaped. There is a marked difference in the planning and development of towns and cities of developed and developing countries. In developed countries, most of the cities are planned, while in developing countries, cities have evolved historically with irregular shapes. Chandigarh in India is an example of planned city. Similarly, the Addis Ababa, capital of Ethiopia, and Canberra, the capital of Australia, are the examples of planned cities. On the basis of forms, town can be classified as linear, square and star-shaped. There is a marked difference in the planning and development of towns and cities of developed and developing countries. In developed countries, most of the cities are planned, while in developing countries, cities have evolved historically with irregular shapes. Chandigarh in India is an example of planned city. Similarly, the Addis Ababa, capital of Ethiopia, and Canberra, the capital of Australia, are the examples of planned cities. Now, let's analyze the problems of urban settlements in developing country. In developing countries, most of the cities are unplanned, so when people come to cities, it creates severe congestion. Shortage of housing, vertical expansion, and growth of slums are the characteristic features of modern cities in developing countries like Dharavi in Mumbai. Now, let's discuss the economic, socio-cultural, and environmental problems. First, we will discuss the economic problems. The decreasing employment in the rural as well as small urban areas in developing countries force the people to move to urban areas. The urban areas are already saturated and so not able to provide employment to all the migrants. Socio-cultural problems. Cities suffer from several social ills. The available educational and health facilities remain beyond the reach of urban poor. Lack of employment increases the crime rates. Environmental problems. The large urban population in developing countries not only uses but also disposes of huge quantity of water and all types of waste materials. Many cities find it extremely difficult to provide potable water for domestic uses. Improper sewerage system creates unhealthy conditions. Use of traditional fuel in domestic and industrial sectors have severely polluted the air, and concrete structures have created heat islands.